Number 10 on this list is Rhea Ripley, who has an annual salary of $6 million. This makes her the most paid women's wrestler in the WWE right now. Rhea Ripley's popularity exploded after joining the Judgment Day in 2022. Not only does she make the top 10 list for the highest paid wrestlers, but she was also the second most searched wrestler since April of this year. The only other wrestler she was behind was Roman Reigns. At 27 years old, she's in the prime of her career, and that's why WWE pays her a lot of money. They know she's a huge draw and she'll be an important piece of the company for the next decade. Number 9 is Jey Uso, making $7 million a year. Before joining the Bloodline and becoming main event Jey Uso, he was stuck in the tag team division. It seemed like Jey was never going to succeed as a single star. That was until Roman Reigns took him under his wing and turned him into a superstar in a couple of months. Jey Uso is now a top name in the company who's nearly making 8 figures. Roman deserves a lot of credit for giving him the opportunity to become a household name, and Jey Uso deserves even more credit for succeeding at it. He did not struggle, he knew he belonged in the main event scene, and although he has not won a singles title yet, he's still very over with the crowd. The people love to yeet with him. At the end of the day, it's all about the money, and I'd rather be making $7 million a year and never win a title than being a WWE champion 10 times but only making a fraction of that number. I'm sure his time will come soon and he will become a champion eventually. I also want to say that it makes sense why Jey Uso isn't complaining about his booking. The dude is making millions of dollars, and that's why he's trying to get his dad Rikishi to chill out when he calls out WWE's booking on him. His dad might not be happy, but his bank account definitely is. Number 8 is Finn Balor, who's tied with Jey Uso's salary of $7 million. Similar to Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor's popularity really exploded during the Judgment Day's rise to the top. In fact, he just signed this contract recently with WWE, and it's a 5-year contract, so Finn Balor will be earning $35 million over the next 5 years with WWE, which is insane. It's insane because many fans were questioning if he was going to come back to WWE. There are rumors of him leaving to return to New Japan or even making a debut with AEW. But after seeing all that money, I completely understand why Finn Balor decided to stay with WWE, and honestly, that was an easy decision. If a company paid him all that money, I fully expect Finn Balor to have a huge year in 2025. He's probably going to win the Money in the Bank contract or become a world champion. I just can't see him making $7 million a year to lose matches. 2025 is going to be Finn Balor's year. Number 7 is Kevin Owens, who's also earning $7 million a year alongside with Jey Uso and Finn Balor. It is worth mentioning that his contract is expected to end at the end of this year. Kevin Owens has not re-signed with WWE. It will be interesting to see what happens. I don't know if WWE would offer him the same amount of money because he hasn't really done too much since signing that contract in 2022. Is it even worth spending $7 million a year for a mid-card wrestler? I don't know. Does Kevin Owens even want to stay with WWE when he can get a good amount of money from AEW and also spend time with his best friends? I expect him to sign with whoever pays him the most. The bidding war for Kevin Owens should be a lot of fun. I predict that he will stay with WWE. Number 6 is Drew McIntyre, who's earning $8 million a year. As we all know, he signed that contract earlier this year after there was a lot of speculation that Drew was leaving WWE. But then The Rock posted a video breaking the news that he's staying and re-signed a contract. It's a good thing WWE managed to get this deal done because Drew McIntyre has been doing some of the best work of his entire career. I would even consider him a top 5 wrestler in the business right now. He is huge. He's great in the ring. He's a great character. He's over with the audience and he can cut promos. What more do you want from a top name? Drew McIntyre is the type of wrestler you build your company around. So far, he's doing very well for himself and he's been helping the company grow. His feud with CM Punk has been a lot of fun. It looks like that's coming to an end very soon, but I do think his next program will be a lot of fun as well. Drew McIntyre honestly deserves this pay raise. Number 5 is Drew McIntyre's rival, CM Punk, who's also making $8 million a year. The story of the best in the world is truly crazy. After staying away from professional wrestling for 9 long years, he made his long-awaited return in 2021 in AEW, and Punk was their biggest draw. And he even helped them get a $1 million pay-per-view gate. Things were looking great for CM Punk and AEW. He was getting paid a lot of money, and he was making them a lot of money. Everyone was happy. But then, that's when everything fell apart after the Elite started beef with CM Punk. A year after a backstage brawl and another brawl, CM Punk was fired from AEW, and in a shocking turn of events, he returned to WWE, and he's been making $8 million a year. You could say that the brawl out was one of the greatest blessings in disguise for CM Punk, or at least CM Punk's bank accounts. Number 4 on this list is Seth freaking Rollins with a salary of $9 million a year. It's safe to say that he deserves this amount of money. There's not too many wrestlers who are loyal like Seth is to WWE. He's also been very consistent in that ring. Rollins has been one of the best wrestlers for a decade now. Not only is he a great performer, but he's also one of the company's biggest stars. Seth Rollins also re-signed with the WWE earlier this year, so he'll be earning a lot of money for the next few years. Good for Seth Rollins and Becky and their family. Number 3 is Randy Orton with a salary of $10 million a year. There aren't too many box office names in the wrestling business, but Randy Orton is one of the few names that a non-WWE fan would recognize. The RKO has become a piece of pop culture, and that is one of the reasons why Randy signed this 8-figure deal. Another reason is that he's been with the company for over 20 years, and you gotta take care of your stars like that. Unlike The Rock, unlike John Cena, or even Batista, Randy has done nothing but wrestle. Orton hasn't put an end to his wrestling career for Hollywood like those names. Randy is a valuable asset to have as well. He's one of the smartest minds in pro wrestling. Signing him to this contract is a no-brainer. He's also confirmed that this is a 5-year contract, so by 2029, this contract would make him $50 million, and that is well-deserved and absolutely nuts. Number 2 is Cody Rhodes, who's also tied with Randy Orton. The American Nightmare is making $10 million a year. Similar to CM Punk, Cody Rhodes leaving AEW was the best thing to happen to his career. After leaving AEW, he ended Roman's historic WWE Championship run. He became the WWE Champion, fulfilling his father's dream, and he's also making $10 million a year. There is nothing more you could possibly want. Cody Rhodes has won at life. I'm happy to see him succeed. Going from this to this is just incredible. This is why you bet on yourself every single time. Congrats, Cody Rhodes. And number 1 is our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He's got the biggest salary in the sport of professional wrestling, making $15 million a year. As we saw, he was the WWE champion when he signed this deal. He quickly became the biggest name in the world. I think Roman's on the list of being the top 10 greatest wrestlers of all time, and I believe he's the reason why the WWE's on fire right now. Roman and his heel run brought back wrestling from the dead. It's now almost as popular as the Attitude Era, and we gotta give credit where credit is due. Roman Reigns deserves this money because he's made the WWE billions of dollars, and I wouldn't be surprised if he earns $20 million a year in his next contract. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.